3 years ago, Kuro the artist was asked if he would ever make a power scaling video again since his previous video, and this is unfortunately his response.
Will you do more power scaling videos? It's not impossible, but it's never my focus. I don't really enjoy power scaling as much as a large portion of the fan base does, and to me, too many things come down to interpretation and how subjective a scene can be taken, not to mention how contradictory the series can be with its own self. It's just not where I find my enjoyment with this franchise.
And I remember this because I'm actually the one who asked him, and I make power scaling videos on Ben 10 all the time. And with 5IL being a very iconic fan story as of today, it's just a good idea to power scale them before the later chapters come out. So this video will be more focusing on 5IL Ben's Powerhouse playlist and seeing just how strong this version of Ben is, because if we run through all of those aliens, I would just be here for an hour, then editing would take even longer. I want to upload this week, so yeah. Oh, and if Kuro or any other member of the TheInkTank is actually watching this, Hello. I would like to collab with you guys sometime, but maybe I'm just not that high of a YouTuber yet. Maybe that's it. Okay, now let's get into this. Starting off simple, the Powerhouse playlist is 10 of Ben's most powerful aliens locked in the Omnitrix, and not used unless absolutely necessary, which makes things even crazier to consider when you have NRG and Danny both capable of stopping a literal black hole. For those who are wondering, this feat was calculated at over 19 foe or large star level. Now to actually get into the Powerhouse playlist, Atomics being stronger than anything prior would also have to include aliens like Gravitack and Humungosaur. Gravitack was able to create a black hole by using his gravity to attempt to stop time, and Humungosaur could break the entropy pump, which was going to destroy reality in a few light years. This is calculated to 9.475 teraflow or solar system level. For those who don't know, this would be a difference of about 500 billion times. Atomics was also capable of one-shotting Ultimate Humungosaur, who is 10 times stronger than Humungosaur, meaning Atomics back in Omniverse would be reaching multi-solar system level. And considering Aliens in Classic were getting dogged by Vilgax, yet 5 years later they could keep up with the Vilgax 10 times stronger than previously, this would give a fair estimate for all Ben's aliens getting over 10 times stronger in the 5-year timeskip, arguably meaning Atomics is over 947.5 teraflow.
I've looked upon the face of God and saw myself in his throne.
I stepped in loser!
Way Big would be considered stronger than Atomics for the fact that he is placed a tier higher, which I believe was the intention. Now in the wiki they say he could destroy a small planet, but it doesn't say he actually caps at that level, since even in the canon series, Way Big has shown far more impressive feats, like swatting ultimate aliens like flies. Here's the thing, the gap between Atomics and Way Big's AP isn't that far off, because Atomics could overpower Planet Buster, and he has 42% Toku Star DNA, even giving a high end for the other samples of DNA within Planet Buster, only to match 1% of the being's power. Going by the numbers, Way Big is potentially over 2 times stronger than Atomics. For some of the other aliens, we don't have much to go off besides some of them scaling somewhat to each other, but I'm not sure, so maybe Serene Throw is stronger than Way Big and Atomics, but from what was shown, the form should be at least somewhat comparable to Anodite Gwen, who in UAF had the power to potentially destroy the ultimate aliens, and we already know how strong they are. Now for this next part, I'm just going to show a small scaling chain for these next aliens due to a few showings. In their fight, Divinity and Full Stop show comparable strength to each other. And for those who don't know, Full Stop is the Omnitrix's sample of Analgean, or the prime state of this 26-dimensional being of their race. And Divinity could tank and swamp hands with this guy, implying that he would have to have similar durability and AP, if not superior, to be able to best him. And previously in the fights, Base Monkey blasted a hole in the dude's head. If Divinity can laugh off 26-dimensional attacks, this would mean that Base Monkey would have to have at least 26-dimensional AP. Now, even if you have to argue Divinity was off guard, dude, being off guard wouldn't make you multiple infinities weaker. So if we take this seriously, which I will, I'm power scaling a fan-made series for Christ's sake, Base Monkey, Buckwild, Portala, The Void, Full Stop, Clockwork, and definitely Alien S should all somewhat upscale from the 26-dimensional AP. Also, Buckwild was able to press and speed around Divinity, and this dude casually knocks around Clockwork when he literally froze time with his pure speed. This would be immeasurable due to Buckwild's speed affecting timelines similar to the Flash. Is that the whole point of 5 years later? Making Ben's power scaling reach DC levels of cracked? Anyways, I'll give a brief summary of all these forms' powers and further examine them if necessary. Here we go. Atomics has nuclear energy manipulation, radiation manipulation, energy blast, heat generation, light manipulation, flight, transmutation, and space survivability. Weibig is a giant kaiju with cosmic energy, energy blast, temperature resistance, and space survivability. Cerintho, I hope I said that right, has magic and mana manipulation, flight, and great memory. Monkey has stats amplification, flight, energy blast, transformations. Buckwild has stat amplification, temporal clone creation, timeline warping, merging, enhanced reflexes, and biology size alteration. Portala has wormhole creation, teleportation, a sphere form, and space-time fuckery. The Void has dark matter generation and creation, space survivability, has the ability to make you see shit, has nightmare-fueled powers, and just floats in space. Full Stop has dimensional manipulation, locking, shifting, vision, energy attacks, and infinite gripping, which apparently means he can hold onto someone infinitely. Clockwork, as we all know, has time manipulation and can fuck with it as many ways as he wants, as well as having some timeline warping shenanigans he can just do. Now that's pretty much it.